silent hum cuts through the herd. Two hearts beating in my hands, one for the climb, one for the land. I don't ride, I glide, I soar, pushing limits, craving more. Wonder, wonder, take me far, chasing shadows, chasing stars, dual engines, dual soul fire.
What's up, e-bikers? So I'm kind of step over 26x4 e-bikes because I just think they're too hard to mount and dismount. I'm definitely going in favor here of these step throughs here. This is the Wildeway Wander. I had the Sword on the channel recently. That was a step over version. A decent bike, but I think step throughs are just easier to ride essentially. I think it looks better too if you look at it overall. So this is $13.99, so it's pretty low cost e-bike, and it's got dual motors and dual suspension. That's the big headline here. Comes in black or gray. This is the black. And $13.99 is IPX65 rated for water resistance. It's a cadence sensor e-bike, and it's pretty beefy. We'll get into the sizing in a second here, but dual motors are a lot of fun. This thing goes 32 miles an hour. And here's that front one. These are 750 watts on each of them. And let's talk more about the specs and see what the Wander has to offer. Alright, so here's the front motor here. 750 watt, peaks at 1300. So both motors, you're looking at 2600 watts of peak power, 136 newton meters of torque. So pretty good here. Top speed is 32. And you can run this in front wheel only, rear wheel only, or both. You set that within the display up here using the I key. I'll show you that later on the test ride. But that's what you're looking at here. So pretty decent. It's not going to be too crazy so that you're going to spin out the front wheel. It's going to be nice and more gentle takeoff, and shouldn't have any skidding. And it should be a pretty good feel for the road. So but we'll test it out. Here's the battery in the down tube here. It's a 48 volt, 30 amp hour system here, guys. So comes with a 3 amp charger, which is nice. 21,700 cells, 48 volt, 30 amp hours. It's 1,440 watt hours if you're counting. And claim range is about 75 miles. I'm assuming that's with rear wheel only drive. But probably looking more like, 40-ish, 30 to 40-ish if you're doing both motors at the same time. 26x4s, VPOS velocities, puncture resistant as well. And we are rocking pretty big rotors up here. These are 203 sitting on S4 hydraulic brakes. These are semi-log hydraulic brakes. Really good stopping power and a really thick rotor back here. Suspension here, pretty good travel. And here's the mid shock. This is the Innovation Technology Supernova Worlds. Not adjustable. Not sure. It's probably just a hydraulic dampening system in there, I guess, but pretty thick 4-bar linkage here, and should be pretty good on the road. Okay, here's your cockpit. You have a nice up-speed handlebar system. You have an adjustable stem here as well, so you can raise these down here or bring them up all the way. So pretty good comfort there. Basic plastic kind of grippy grips up here. Not really a fan of those. Twist throttle, half twist throttle. On the left side, you've got your lighting setup here. So you got your front light, you got your turn signals, and your horn. Here's your display. We'll come back to that. On the right side, your Shimano ISS shifter, your throttle, and of course your semi-log hydraulic brake handles. From a sizing standpoint, this bike is 106 pounds, so it's on the heavier side. 77 inches long from tire tip to tire tip. Payload's about 440, with the rack giving you another 100 pounds of payload as well. Rider height's 5'4" to 6'4". I'd say that's pretty accurate. Probably more like 5'7" to 6'4", given that it's a big bike. And a smaller rider may not be able to get their feet on the ground with that. I think this minimum seat height is about 33 inches. So I'm a 6-foot rider, so it fits me perfectly. I'm right in the middle there. And yeah, big e-bike for sure. But I think it's pretty easy to mount and to get on and ride, and dismount as well. Dismounting is also important too. So you can just swing your leg over and hop off of this thing as you come to a stop if you need to. All right, here's your display. Pretty nice looking display. You don't have any battery percentages, just the bars up here. Good looking. Could use a little more things like voltage or percentage maybe. You can see here, down here, the motor indicator. So right now I'm in rear wheel only. If I hold down the I key over here for a few seconds, now I'm in front wheel only. If I hold down again, now both are flashing, or both are in, both motors are on now. So now I'm in dual motor mode. And again, just hit the I key and you go right back to single motor. Right there. To toggle through here, you go hit the power button. No, hit the I key, max, average, trip, and odometer. And that's all you get basically. These are your PS levels, your drive indicator, and your battery. That's it. Let's try out the lights here. I'm going to hold down the button right here. And you can see that coverage gives you. Looks decent. I wouldn't call it that great. We've also got turn signals on the bike, so you don't get the indicator on the display, unfortunately. No, you don't. Well, here's what that looks like. Left side. Let's do the right. Actually, you can leave both on at the same time, so you can have hazards there. And there's a working brake light as well. Again, you have to remember to shut these off, otherwise you're never going to know. Alright, we are on the Wildeway Wander here, guys. Doing our ride test. Check out the speed today. Check out the different drive modes. Hill test, brake test. And I give you my likes and dislikes at the end. So right now I'm in just rear wheel drive only. It's pretty, pretty pedestrian here. Power takes a while to ramp up. I'm in PS5, 16, 17, 18 miles an hour. Let's switch it into dual motor here. That's front wheel. Okay, now we're in all-wheel drive here. I'm going to choose the throttle. Oh yeah, let that power come on nice and strong. Got a stop sign first. Oh yeah, picks up quick with those two motors. We'll come down here to my flat and we'll do a speed test on the dual motors. That's what I want to find out. It says 32. So we'll put that to the test. Man, it is yard machine season, man. I cannot escape blowers and lawnmowers today. Alright, here's my test track. I'm going to hit the throttle here. Watch the takeoff here. It shouldn't skid out on me. No. Nice push off the line there. 136 newton meters of torque combined there, so already at 24, 27, there's 29, 30, 31, oh yeah, 32, 0.0 right there, 32.3 I saw. Cruise control kicked in as well. That's cruise control on this bike. Oops, glass there. Let me get my app out so I can just verify that speed. And try that once more. That was fun. And the app. Just to verify the speed here. 27, 29, 30. 30 on the phone. 30, yeah, it does match. 32, yeah. So verified, 32 miles per hour here on the Wander from Wildeway. Good, cheap power. That's what this e-bike has to offer. Let's try pedaling in PS5 with two motors. See if that makes any difference. Yeah, it's coming on pretty gradual. We're only at 22. The throttle is definitely faster in terms of just input there. 24. It's still ramping up, so it comes down much slower when you're pedaling versus the throttle. This thing should eat this hill, so at least it's better if it's two motors, right? So this is a reason to get dual motor e-bikes is hills. I just had a viewer send in a question to me about that, and I wouldn't say I live in a very hilly place, but I have plenty of hills for sure. But to me, generally speaking, 2 motors is overkill unless you have a lot of hills. But you also get more speed and more torque too with 2 motors. So we are crushing this hill. 22. Here's the steep part up here. So I'm guessing it won't go below 12. Maybe not even like 14. 17. 16.2. 16.2 minimum speed uphill. That's awesome. This thing is a hill killer. Let's try it on the 15% grade up here. I'm gonna come to a stop here. This is 15% grade, and this thing should do it double digits here, I believe. Yeah, 11, 10. Oh yeah, 10.2 miles per hour up that. This is definitely the best one I've had so far, I think. I have to go back and look and see how much the E-Cells 5-star was there, but nice. Gotta love it. Let's test out these brakes down here. There's a lot of e-bike, especially in the front end. I can feel that weight when I'm maneuvering this bike. It's one of the things you gotta watch out for a little bit. So it doesn't get away from you. Goes downhill and see how this thing is at higher speeds. Test the brakes at the end. It's pretty comfortable now. Like thanks to these handlebars, I can adjust them, and it's pretty bouncy, or it has a decent bounce to it. I'm only 180 pounds, so I'm not going to get a whole lot of play in that suspension down there. But it's windy today. Again, this e-bike is a lot of weight up front, so you really have to control it with your forearms here. It's kind of lumbering down the hill here. 30. I was doing about 30 there. So yeah, this is a lumbering giant. Hit those brakes. All right, little slide out there, little fishtail at the end at that 28, 29 miles per hour there, but not bad. This bike is a lot of fun. So I'm changing my tune about dual motor bikes. It's yeah, it's overkill, but it's definitely more fun to ride, particularly up hills. There's like a 2-second lag, and then we hit that throttle, and then the power really comes on. Crush that hill. 28 miles an hour right now up this moderate hill. Man, this thing flies. Nice. Cruise control kicked in. What's up? I'm gonna cross the street here. This is. Oh yeah, that was nice and quick. That was like 2.5 seconds or something. Okay, likes and dislikes for the Wildeway Wander. It's a budget e-bike. I mean, it came pretty banged up. Scratches, a bunch of places on the handlebars here. The rack back here, I had to bang it in place with a rubber mallet to get it to go on because it was bent. The chain guard, it's already fallen out twice on me going over some big bumps, so that's a problem. But they're really just small stuff. This needs to be tightened. You know, the front shock pretty basic. It's a lot of weight on that front end, you know, so it takes some extra forearm control when you're riding that thing. But for $1,400, I mean, I can't complain, guys. It's a solid e-bike. It'd be a good, like, you know, sort of beater e-bike, one you don't have to worry about. You know, if it gets broken or stolen, it's fairly inexpensive at $1,400. So, you know, a lot of these cheap e-bikes, they work as advertised. They're just, they cut corners and, you know, parts, stuff like that. You got a turning derailleur down there. You know, they didn't splurge for the double-sided chainring. But this bike's a lot of fun. I'm gonna keep this bike. It's gonna be I'm gonna try to do some Uber Eats with it. It's got a nice big flat rack back here. Put a big delivery bag on that thing. And man, this thing just eats hills, man. I just forgot how powerful dual motors can be going uphill, man. That's just awesome. Get a lot of weight though, so it's the one drawback, just the agility of it when you're on that road. But this thing's a lot of fun, affordable hill climber, and 30 amp hour battery should get you some decent range. I'll test that out here in the fall. But let me know what you guys think about the Wildeway Wanderer. I'll put a link in the description for this e-bike, and check it out. That shock itself is not that great either. You can't adjust it anyway, but hey, dual motors, dual suspension, $1,400, thumbs up.